Wir gucken uns jetzt Sibam an. Er hat nämlich ein Video hochgeladen auf Instagram wegen seiner Verletzung, was denn da los war. Das schauen wir uns jetzt gemeinsam an, Freunde. Let's go.
Instagram. Figured it was about time I addressed the elephant in the room. That is my torn bicep. My beautifully, mildly, slightly, not very, kind of torn bicep. I was gonna make a video about this right after the Olympia, but I got the flu, I got sick, I was traveling, recovered, got bronchitis, was traveling, and it just wasn't on the top of my priority list. So here we are.
Ich hoffe, man kann ihn gut verstehen.
For my bicep, I don't know how it happened. Everyone's always like, did you feel it? Did it pop?
Wir haben es ja im Vorfeld gesehen, er hatte irgendein Problem mit seinem Bizeps. Ja? Wurde im Vorfeld spekuliert, der war abgerissen irgendwie oder sonst was. Bei der Doppelbizepspose kam der Peak nicht richtig rauf. Also das war wirklich, wir haben das spekuliert, aber man wusste nie genau, was da wirklich los war. Und jetzt redet er tatsächlich drüber. Einen guten Monat nach der Mr. Olympia. Deswegen bin ich mal gespannt. Brachial verschenkt hier noch ein Abo und knallt den Hype-Twin raus. So, gucken wir. Bitte nicht spoilern, ne?
What'd you do? I don't know how it happened. Sometimes that's happened to me before with my other bicep, I think, when I was younger. But to go back to the beginning, on Wednesday, I first noticed a little bit of pain. That was the day of my weigh-ins, 3 days out the Olympia. I was kind of pulling water, pulling weight, trying to make weight that night at 8 p.m. And super depleted and lean, obviously. Your body's more susceptible to injury. And
wenn man seine Glykogenspeicher entleert und quasi sich in der Peak Week befindet, da ist man sehr, sehr krass verletzungsanfällig. Ja, Freunde, das sagt er uns da.
Felt some pain. Next day, felt a little bit more pain. It hurt when I was posing, and then I tried not to push it. Friday, it hurt a good amount, and I was trying not to pose too much. And normally I like to pose, especially when I'm carb loading and kind of like move the carb through my body, but it just hurt, so I was kind of holding back. And then that night, it was a little bit swollen. I was like, fuck, like, just try not to think about this right now. Went to bed, woke up the next day, and it was a little bit more swollen.
Okay, also da ist nach dem Training dann in der Peak Week sein Arm angeschwollen in der Nacht. Morgens früh war es noch schlimmer. Nick Strength Power, ja, haben wir drauf reagiert bereits auch. Der macht gute Videos, der Kollege.
Obviously not that bad. It was as swollen as you guys see in the pictures from the prejudging. But it got in my head and it stressed me out. And I want to kind of more talk about the mental side that I kind of battled through, because
ja, mental muss das natürlich richtig heftig sein, ne? Vor allem einen Tag oder ein paar Tage vor Mr. Olympia und als amtierender Champion, der den Titel verteidigen möchte, da sein Bizeps, dass der da anschwillt, das ist heftig, Freunde.
I like talking about the mental side of things.
Das muss dich psychisch völlig fertig machen, Alter.
Rather than just, hey, I tore my bicep. So that was prejudging, get tan, try not to think about it, and then looking at myself, and I could just see it and I could just feel it, and it was just kind of like in my head. So we went on stage for prejudging, and I still felt really good, and I still felt like confident. My physique was great.
Ja, okay, Bro, aber jetzt werde ich hier nicht mehr rumsuchen mit dem Dark Mode. Musst du mir gleich mal sagen, wo man das im Dark Mode umstellen kann. Wäre ganz nett.
But I kept just thinking that, like, here's this great physique I've built, probably the greatest package I've ever bought to stage, but my arm. Everyone's going to be seeing this physique and being like, but why does his arm not look great? And I just couldn't get that out of my head. And it was something that was kind of pulling me out of the moment and into my body, I guess, and just like not being present. And something that I push and I preach about and that I've worked very hard and I've learned with a skill. I know it's a skill because I've built it and because it's definitely perishable. And I'm someone who was super shy and quiet and hated crowds and got anxious being in front of people, let alone speaking or posing when I was younger. But I built the skill to be able to be present and really enjoy the moment.
Er war in Vergangenheit, in seiner Jugend, eine sehr schüchterne Person. Krass, das wusste ich beispielsweise auch nicht.
On stage at the Olympia, and that's why
Und jetzt mittlerweile hat er das beseitigt, das Problem.
I love the Olympia.
Normal, Digga, du bist Mr. Olympia, du siehst aus wie Motherfucker, Alter. Normal, du brauchst Selbstvertrauen. Automatisch kommt das da, wenn man so aussieht. Ne?
So much because I just can kind of like turn off the world and just like be on the stage under the lights, the competitors and the fans watching, and just like there's this feeling of like absolute presence that you can't even explain that I'm very grateful to experience every year. And this kind of took away from that. I was like, fuck. So I was kind of being my hard on myself. And I also put a lot of expectations on myself this year and a lot of pressure on myself, having such a good prep and having not brought my favorite package last year to the Olympia and really wanting to just like come in and crush this and knowing damn well that everyone else looks crazy. So I got to be bringing my best this year to win. So all this pressure, the expectation, and shit going on in my head, and then this torn bicep that's kind of causing my brain to just like focus not where I want it to be focused on and not being.
Wegen Coaching-Anfragen bitte auf Instagram einfach eine Nachricht schicken. Einfach bei Instagram eine Nachricht schicken, bitte.
As confident and present as I would like. So I get on stage, pose, still do everything I need to do, and then I get off, and I wasn't really in it fully. And I remember Hani even came up to me like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I was like, "What? What do you mean?" And he's like, "Smile up there, man. Like, you look fucking crazy. You look great. Like, you're crushing it. Like, just be up there, smile, enjoy it. Like, this is what you worked for." And I was like, "Fuck."
Es ist aber trotzdem aufgefallen mit dem Bizeps, ne? Man hat's gesehen.
Like, you're so right. Like, wash the shit into my brain. And I was able to kind of like get that out of there. And obviously cutting first call out and putting up there, I was like, yeah, I look good. And I have time backstage to process these things. Went back on stage for the rest of prejudging, was able to be a lot more present and enjoy that and have fun with that and had a great time in the morning. And then from that posing and resting a bit throughout the day, my arm got worse. It got more swollen, and you can see it on the night show.
Durch das Posen wurde sein Arm noch mehr angeschwollener. Und dadurch gehen dann auch die Details weg, die ganzen Details, ne, im Arm, wenn er den flext.
Especially in my routine, that it was more swollen at night, and it got in my head again, and I was like, fuck, stressing about it. And I had a headache, and I was like, adrenaline dump from the morning and all this stuff going on. I just wasn't where I like being before getting on stage at night. And Hani came and gave me another pep talk, and it's in my Olympia video. Just kind of.
Nein, ich habe keine Mindestlaufzeit. Du kannst jederzeit abbrechen. Das sind auch keine Verträge oder sonst was. Du zahlst ab dem Zeitpunkt, ab dem du bezahlt hast und du die Pläne bekommst, beginnt das Coaching. Und wenn du sagst, ey, nach einem Monat, du hast keinen Bock mehr, das ist nichts für dich oder sonst was, dann bist du raus. Du bist da nicht gebunden oder sonst was. Keine Knebelverträge.
Just putting my head where
Preisliste, Anfragen, alles Instagram, Freunde. Nach dem Stream werde ich alles abarbeiten.
I needed to be, kind of helped me get my like laser focus. And then I kind of had one of my C-bum moments in the bathroom crying. I got on my knees.
Krass. Er fiel auf die Knie und hat geheult im Badezimmer. Hätte ich nicht gedacht, dass der so sentimental ist, Digga.
In front of this mirror in this private bathroom, and I looked at myself and I was just like.
Nur der Beitrag hat einfach 1 Million Likes fast, ne? Heftig. C-bum ist krass, Mann. Einfach eine geile Person.
What's going on?
Nicht nur äußerlich, sondern auch vom Typen her, ne?
Oh man, like what's going on? And it's just, I don't know why. I just like looked at myself and I was just like, all this work you've put in, all the effort you put into this, all the love you have for this, the years that have come into this, and how many times you've done this and you're stressed about this now. Like, this is out of your control. What is in your control? Like, how many people believe in you, have supported you, have helped you get here? Your friends, your family, all the fans out there are here. They're excited for you. Like, you should be excited.
Ich höre im Hintergrund seinen lauten, schönen V8-Motor.
For that. And not even you should be excited for that, but you get the opportunity to be here and enjoy this. And you get the opportunity to even be stressed about something because you care so much about this. This is a privilege and a blessing to be here. And I would like to enjoy this, and I'm going to choose to like push this aside and just enjoy the moment. Because I mean, there's even two ways to look at my bicep alone. Like, I tore it, yeah, but I mean, it could have been way more torn. It could have been fucking black and blue and huge on that day, and it got fucking swollen the next day. But it was.
Schade, dass man hier keine Bilder hat. Er sagt, die Tage darauf ist es noch mehr angeschwollen.
And not only that,
Ups, scheiße.
What is up in...
Oh nein. Oh ne, Freunde. Naja, fuck. Das Wichtigste haben wir jetzt aber, man kann hier nicht vorspulen. Das Wichtigste haben wir aber jetzt erfahren, Freunde, über das Video, was passiert ist. Endlich herrscht, man kann hier nicht spulen, Bro. Geht nicht, du kannst nur Play und Pause drücken. Das Wichtigste haben wir erfahren, Freunde. Definitiv, endlich herrscht Klarheit um seinen Bizep. Ja. Und ja, ich hätte nicht gedacht, dass der Kollege so sentimental unterwegs ist. Aber dennoch, trotzdem, finde ich aber gut, dass man seine Gefühle zeigt. Definitiv auch als so ein Schrank, gehört dazu. Und ja, er macht weiter, er hat das Ding geholt, er hat trotzdem gewonnen. Das ist das, was am Ende zählt. Er hat das Ding wieder in der Tasche. Vielen lieben Dank fürs Zuschauen, Freunde. Lasst auf jeden Fall ein Abo da, um kein weiteres Video zu verpassen. Kommentiert das Video fleißig, wenn ihr Bock drauf habt. Und wenn ihr mich supporten wollt, beispielsweise ein schönes Whey-Isolat oder beispielsweise ein Whey-Protein oder einen schönen Booster, könnt ihr wie immer euch den besten Deal sichern mit dem Rabattcode William auf esn.com. Ich danke euch für den Support. Vielen lieben Dank, bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao.